A very good morning to all dear students. Again we are in online class of English second paper. All of you have completed the topic voice change in assertive and interrogative form in the previous classes, and hopefully you have made yourself prepared for solving the sentences while it will be given active to passive. Okay, so today again and another form, actually it will be told that a very new form of voice change will be given to teach you. But before that, I wanna show some important informations through my lecture. Okay, just please listen very carefully. From the first, this is a very new pattern or new topic, so just for making it understandable, at first you have to make it clear through your conception. First one, here has been written that sometimes we find some sentences where subject and object are same. Why have I written like that? In each voice change I have told subject and object will be interchanged. That means as subject and object will be in different way, that's why it will be changed. But in this case, subject and object will be same. It will not be different. Such as, here are some examples. I know that you are well informed with this form, but for changing it or for learning the new form in the voice change, you have to learn it properly. I wrote some common pronoun which are used in voice change, and it works as a subject, such as I, you, he, she, we, they, it. And in the bracket I wrote the form of the person, such as I first person, you second person, he third person, she third person, we first person in plural form, they third person in plural form, it third person. Okay, and in the right side I wrote some possessive form of the subject, such as I myself, you yourself, he himself, she herself, we ourselves. This self is singular form and this selves is plural form. So try to find the difference while you are doing the spelling in your writing. Themselves and itself. And in the right side more, I wrote giving importance to the subject. That means when you are writing or when you are making any sentence with the help of I and myself, it means myself is giving importance to I. Both things are the same. Subject and object will be only one. There will be no difference for finding the dissimilarity of subject and object. And in the last, what have I written? Subject, verb plus object. And in the object, for the object I have written, it works as subject by meaning. That means for this formula, when you will find subject and object, it will be only one. And this kind of voice is called quasi-passive. I am telling again, this kind of voice is called quasi-passive. Quasi-passive means it will works half active and half passive. মানে তুমি যখন একটা সেন্টেন্সকে প্যাসিভে চেঞ্জ করবে, এটা হাফ অ্যাক্টিভের কাজ করবে, হাফ প্যাসিভের কাজ করবে. দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড কোয়াসি প্যাসিভ. কোয়াসি মিন্স হাফ. কোয়াসি মিন্স হাফ. Must you will write in copy half. That means it will have half active and half passive. Okay, let's go through some examples, and you will be very easier actually when you will understand it properly, because it is quite easier than other voices such as assertive and interrogative that we used to change in previous classes. Two examples I have given. She solved the equation herself. See the place of the words. She subject, solved main verb, past form of main verb, the equation object or extension, whatever we can say it, then herself. That means she solved the equation herself. This work has been done by her in her own way. There will be no other person, only she. Passive. When I am changing the sentence in passive, see, this kind of sentence, you know, don't need to change the subject and object because there is no object actually. This is subject. So just replace the auxiliary verb according to the tense, such as this one is past tense. That's why I have written was with the subject she. Some student can ask the question, teacher, if you wrote were, at that time it will be correct or not? Obviously it will be incorrect because the auxiliary verb will be included by the remaining position of the subject. শির সাথে কখনো were হয় না, শির সাথে wasটা হয়। এই ভার্বটা বসবে কিন্তু সাবজেক্টের সাথে কম্পেয়ার করে। Then the rest part will be remain unchanged, but before herself by should be there. That means the answer is she was solved the equation by herself. See, I didn't change the meaning. All things are done, all things are same, only whatever the box inside, whatever the word inside the box, that will be changed. If you don't write by, then it will be incorrect. If you don't write the auxiliary verb based on the meaning of the pronoun, that will be incorrect. Only these two things will be put in a new form. The rest part will be remain unchanged. Let's come into the number 2. I have serving the meal myself. As this is the continuous, see the pattern of the sentence, I am serving the meal myself. This is the continuous form, and for the continuous you have learned before in your previous classes that for continuous being should be added. Present continuous am being, is being or are being. As the subject is I, with I am being should be added. I am being serving the meal by myself. Before myself only add by, and after subject add the auxiliary verb. These two things only will be changeable, nothing else. And the last part I have written only for your better better learning, that you can, whenever you will revise it at home, at that time you can solve it by your own way and you can realize each and every lines whatever has been given in the sheet or in the class. No need to change the subject and object because it is same. If any sentence, in any sentence I will find subject and object in same way, why should I change it? This will be remain unchanged. Only replace the verbs auxiliary. Auxiliary means for indefinite, present indefinite we know am, is, are. For present continuous am being, is being, are being. For perfect have been, has been. Okay. Past indefinite was, were. Past continuous was being, were being. Past perfect had been. Future indefinite will be, shall be. Future continuous will be being, shall be being. Future perfect will have been, shall have been. Try to find the spelling. It's being or been. B-E-I-N-G is for continuous. B-E-N is for perfect. Only this kind of auxiliary verb will be changed while changing the examples of quasi-passive. Nothing will be changed in here. Okay, so I think today's lesson is actually more easier than the other. So try to keep the video in your mobile. If there is no space, save it in any drive because it will be needed for your future learning. If you don't have the video, just collect from anywhere and revise it properly for the upcoming session or learning. Thanks to all, and today's learning or today's lesson have been given on the base of this kind of voice, and obviously we will solve some exercises of the previous lesson. Thanks to all dear students.